Tonga's water filtration systems could soon be more cost-effective, sustainable and resilient. Canterbury University master's student Tamara Stratton is researching ways to enhance water quality on the island by using biosand filtration, which uses local sand. The nation generally relies on UV lamps and membrane filters to clean water, which can be expensive and difficult to get in. Delphine Herbert asked Tamara Stratton about the current water systems in Tonga.
A large portion, about 90% of their population, is dependent on rainwater, which they collect off their roof, and typically there's no treatment of that water. And there's also often a lack of maintenance of their systems, and that means that the water is of very variable quality and often isn't monitored. The standards that they have, like I said, they don't really have standards as such like we do here in New Zealand, or those monitoring authorities in place to be assessing that. So it is very variable from place to place. In some places, and water supplies do have systems set up, but they're often dependent on parts from outside of Tonga or maintenance that often can't be kept up, or they don't have the resources to do the required maintenance for that.
And so this new kind of way you're looking at using these filtration systems, I believe it's, biosand filtration, and it's using local sand. How would that change the kind of landscape over there?
So the idea of these biosand filter systems is that being based around what are the local resources that they have available. So obviously there is a large portion of sand available in Tonga, and it's also a big part of this project will be engaging with the community and seeing what their perspective is and whether it's a technology that will be accepted and a good fit for their daily lives. The biosand filtration has worked well in different communities around the world, but it will be making sure that the sand is suitable, the Tongan sand is suitable for the technology, as well as the filter being suitable for the Tongan community.
What kind of time frame are you kind of looking at here? I know you're still in the early stages and you're yet to head to Tonga, but you're set to do that soon. So, I mean, if successful, if these biosand filters kind of work with the sand that's over there, how long are we looking at here before they could potentially start to be installed?
So we are hoping that near the end of the year will be a trip over to Tonga to start to build those or deepen those relationships with the Tongan community and start to run workshops and implement biosand filters into some selected households or school environments. So that will kind of be a trial process, and through the engagement, seeing if there is any modifications that need to occur and checking that suitability of the system before it's installed on a broader scale. So hopefully, by the end of the year, we'll kind of be able to have an answer as to whether it is something that's suitable to be taken further and installed more broadly.
And what about the resilience of these filters? I mean, I know there's been kind of concern recently with the volcanic activity and about contamination. How would that stand up in a situation like that?
So the idea with using local resources in these biosand filters is to increase the resilience aspect, and they won't be dependent on those parts or the systems coming in from overseas, which means in the case of a natural disaster, they'll be able to restore the filters and fix them, and they'll have the materials and knowledge that's needed for them to be doing that themselves as a community. And so it's really suitable in that regard.
Tamara Stratton says she's hoping to head back over to Tonga at the end of the year for trials.